Hey folks, welcome back to Honey Money SG. Today let's talk about the magic number for your CPF balances. And I'm not going to talk about just one single magic number because we all know how complicated the CPF is, right? So let's just dive into the first one, which is the 20,000 for your ordinary account. Now, why 20,000 is the magic number for your ordinary account is because above this 20,000, you can then use the money to go and invest. I'm sure you have seen some of my End Hours and Money Hours CPF investing videos, and you know that is actually possible because I have set aside sums of ordinary account above the 20,000 so that you can then use the excess funds to go and invest. So fundamentally, if your OA is actually less than 20,000, you cannot even have the chance to invest. And also why 20,000 is a magic number for ordinary account is because if you look at the bonus interest for CPF, they have always kept the additional 1% of balances on the CPF OA, which is the max of 20,000. So if you have OA above 20,000, you will not be eligible for the bonus interest. That means you actually have to put more of your CPF towards the SA or the MA account, which I will cover on, because the next magic number for your CPF in your special account or MediSave account is actually $60,000. If you look at the CPF bonus interest, they actually pay you additional 1% on your first $60,000 of CPF balances, and this can be either in your OA, your SA or your MA, but you realize that OA there's a cap of 20,000, right? So you will need a minimum of $40,000 in your SA or your MA in order to get the max possible bonus interest. But that's not to say that you cannot keep more than 40,000, right? Because you can actually have your entire CPF balances of 60,000 in either your MA or your SA, and you will still get the full 1% additional bonus. It's not like limited to OA only. So your OA can be 0, your SA and MA can be 60,000, and you will still get the full 1% interest. The next magic number is the full retirement sum or FRS, and this number actually changes every year. Now for the year of 2022, the number right now is 192,000, which means this is the full retirement amount needed for an age 55 person this year. Now once you have reached the full retirement sum in your special account, you can no longer do something called retirement sum top up to your SA, which is eligible for tax relief up to $8,000 per year, because it is the cap of how much you can actually contribute or top up. So other than the full retirement sum, your normal employment contributions will still go into the special account so that it can actually go above the full retirement sum. But in terms of topping up, voluntary contributions and all that, it will never go above the full retirement sum. Which means that once your full retirement sum is reached, you are no longer eligible for any kind of top-up tax relief. Now this is actually for my case because I have already reached the FRS since the start of the year. And of course, I do not enjoy any kind of tax relief for RSTU anymore, but that's okay, because I do have another tax relief strategy, which I will talk about in my next magic number, which is the basic healthcare sum. This number also changes every year, and for 2022, the basic healthcare sum is 66,000. So this basic healthcare sum number is actually relevant to your MediSave account, and it's actually the maximum cap that you can have in your MediSave account. So your MediSave account can never go above the BHS. Also, you can do voluntary contributions to your MediSave account up to the basic healthcare sum, but only $8,000 will be eligible for tax relief every year. And of course, when your MediSave account has reached the basic healthcare sum or BHS, your normal MediSave contributions cannot flow into the MA anymore, and therefore they will actually start flowing into the special account if you have not reached the full retirement sum in SA yet. So that's what I mean, right? When your BHS is max, your MediSave contributions will go into the special account. And then even if you reach the full retirement sum, then these MediSave contributions cannot flow into the SA anymore, right? That's why they have to flow into the OA, the ordinary account. So the normal MediSave contribution for employee is actually 8%. And if you add that to your special account contribution, which is 6%, 8 plus 6, that is 14%. That's why I always say it's a supercharged special account when you have reached the BHS. And let's say if you have reached the full retirement sum in your SA, now your MediSave 8% is going to supercharge your OA, because OA is 23%, right? You add into the 8%, it will give you a total of 31% ordinary account contributions every month. I know you folks are tired of seeing Weibo ads because you are smart people. You have gotten your free Apple shares and free Microsoft shares since the last few months. But you know, there are still some people who are clueless and haven't got their free stocks from Weibo yet. So this month, Weibo is actually offering you $100 worth of Google shares once you have deposited $1,965 and make 6 buy trades. The other condition is that each buy trade has to be at least 100 USD, and the condition is that you have to hold your $1,965 for at least 30 days until the stock voucher is credited. But you may ask, why such a funny number, $1,965? It is to signify Singapore's years of independence since 1965. Happy National Day, and as a channel with SG in its name, very proud to be a Singaporean, so I hope that this $100 worth of Google shares can make your day better. And that is so we can be stronger. Majula. The next magic number is actually more subjective because we are talking about a retirement sum top up. How much do you actually need by age 30? If you look at other CPF content, they will always tell you like 40k is the magic number, right? Because up to 40k, the funds will be reserved in your special account, and this 40k cannot be used for investments, and that will actually hinder your CPF shielding strategy. But you know, if you want to take into exact calculations, right, how much RSTU can you do by 30 years old? It's actually only 15,000. Because when you are 30 years old, you have around 25 years till you reach the age of 55. That's when you can start to withdraw if you have reached the FRS. And so if we take $15,000 multiplied by a 4% compounded interest rate multiplied by 25 years, this 15,000 will actually be compounded to $40,000 by the age of 55. That's after 25 years. So you realize that even though you have not made any more retirement sum top-ups other than 15,000, this 15,000 will actually compound itself till 40,000 by the time you reach age 55, and that is when you actually hit the reserve funds for your SA. Now some of you may question, why is the reserve funds of 40,000 in SA so particular, so significant, right? Then maybe you can look at my CPF Shielding Explain video where I show you how I treat my CPF as an ATM past the age of 55. With that, thank you for watching. My name is Christopher. This is Honey Money SG, steering young adults to financial independence.